Hello, I'm Chris Parkin and this is the CZ457 MTR in 17 HMR. Welcome to All for Shooters. Well, you've seen the rifle in use and I think you'll agree the CZ457 MTR is quite an impressive performer. Now, if you go back through some of my other videos, you'll see a lot of the other CZ457s reviewed, and the critical thing to say about them is they all use the same basic 457 action trigger. Now, although they've got a variety of different stock formats and some barrel formats, you can have them in different calibers as well. They all use the same barrel mini set, so although this rifle is only currently available in 22 LR and 17 HMR, there's nothing to stop you adding other different barrels from the CZ457 range. This specific barrel is 520mm long, it's 22mm in diameter, it's cold hammer forged, and it's got a 1/2 inch thread at the muzzle for a moderator or brake. You'll see I've used a moderator throughout the review of this rifle because the 17 HMR is a great cartridge and this just reduces some of the muzzle noise from it. The barrel is parallel in profile, but it's fully free floater within the stock's forend. This long walnut stock has got stippling down the sides of the forend. On the underside, it's got 2 studs for sling and bipod mounting, and the stippling also matches the heavily stippled grip at the rear. Removing the action from the stock requires taking out these 2 T25 Torx keys here. Everything will then come apart easily. The bottom metal is actually in 2 sections and slots apart, and the 5-round magazine, which is supplied, easily clips in and out of the rifle just like so. You'll see on the photograph on the front of the action about here there are 2 screws, and if you remove those screws you can take the barrel out and swap for different barrel mini sets. You can also swap to different size magazines if you go between the short and the longer cartridge sizes like 22 LR and 17 HMR. The rifle has an 11mm dovetail machined into the top of the action for scope mounting, and the bolt release catch is on the left side, and if I take that out I can show you the bolt in detail. CZ actually have a very clever bolt design because the top of the firing pin is flat, which actually meets the top of the barrel, so that the chisel tip which initiates the cartridge won't ever touch the internal circumference of the chamber. This is a great step for the longevity of the rifle because it means you're never going to damage the tip of the firing pin, which is only ever going to intersect with the brass cartridge case of the rim for firing. So that just slots straight back in like that. Bolt travel is very fast and light and smooth. It's impossible to jam it. I've never managed that on a CZ457 of any description. The long dovetail means you've got plenty of space for scope mounting, and you get eye relief correctly from the stock, which is 351mm length of pull. Overall length of the rifle is 975mm and overall weight is 3,383 grams. I think you'd agree it's more of a target and precision rifle than a hunting rifle, but that's not to say you can't hunt with it, and I did actually go do some rabbit shooting. But you do have to be a little bit careful that this beautiful walnut stock, which is oiled, you do need to have a bit of long-term care and attention for it, and of course you don't really want to be bumping it around when you're hunting because you will mark it. So if you want the hunting rifle and you just want a tool for a job, perhaps one of the synthetic options is a better rifle for your choice. There's another stud at the back end of the rifle to mount the sling on, and the underside is sloped so you can use your supporting fist there to give you fine elevation control. At the very back there's a 12mm rubber recoil pad which grips well into your shoulder, but of course there's no real recoil to transfer or dampen out. It just means the gun stays well gripped in position for comfortable, precise shooting. The length of the rifle does make it great for prone shooting and shooting from a bench. I also used the tripod when hunting and clamped on the stock. There was no effect on zero at all. The stippling is very subtle. It has the matched target rifle name applied into it by laser, and I think it looks really great on this rifle. Although right-handed and there's no left-handed stock available, it is actually shootable left-handed if you need to do, but it is a predominantly right-handed stock. But that grip with all the stippling means your hand is well in position, it's assured without actually having to grip hard, and that means that when you are shooting you've got full attention and control of the trigger, which is super crisp. It's adjustable from 11 to 14 newtons, which on this rifle weighs in at 1400 grams. It's single stage and you can adjust them long term if you need to take up any creep from wear. I shot the rifle with Hornady ammunition in both 17 grain and 20 grain XTP formats. You can see from all these groups shot, it's a very consistent, precise rifle. Some groups are slightly better than the others, but the 17 grain VMAX averaged a 12mm centre to centre group for 5 shots at 100 metres. It was only 16mm average over 25 shots of the 20 grain XTP, and I'm very impressed with that. It is possibly one of the most precise, consistent and reliable 17 HMRs I've ever used. To sum this rifle up, it's another beautiful example from CZ's 457 range, and here you've got the modern steel mechanics of it with a great action, very fast operable bolt, a neat safety catch which is forward for fire, rear for safe, and they've combined that with the more classic looks and material and handling of a long walnut stock which has got great visual aesthetic appeal. In terms of shooting, it definitely suits the more precision rifle types. Shot prone or shot from a bench, you can hunt with it, it's not a hunting rifle. But I think overall, again, it shows what a fantastic job CZ did with the 457 because it has fundamentally no weaknesses and it combines beautifully with all the different stock variants they have offered. Well, I hope you've enjoyed that review. Please like, subscribe and comment, and don't forget to click the notification bell so you can keep track of All for Shooters' regular uploads. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.